Love ain't done yet, don't forget.
All right.
It's Boopy, period.
Strikes official, taking off like a missile. Yeah, I'm validated, but it ain't by no people. Ain't no number two. What it look like a pencil. God drew on the plan, then gave me the stencil. Slide, you know I run with the pride. All of my homies some lines, all of them listen to God. Never gonna be my demise, even with pressure applied, even with concrete on my name, yeah, I'm permanent.
Good afternoon and welcome in to your first down show. I'm your host, I'm burning it. Join today's
that piece with your cat, I'm disturbing it. Yeah, concrete on my name, yeah, I'm permanent. Okay, concrete on my name, yeah, I'm permanent.
Love to have you here. We saw a few weeks back, you broke the Catholic all-time passing yard record. What does that mean to you?
Okay, nail to the ground, 10 toes down, never should keep it in 2K. Got it from the dust, but it ain't sweet, never should keep it in Kool-Aid. Kick me out the spot and every morning. Know he got me penning in the
long. I couldn't have done it without them. But of course, it does mean a lot. You know, having something in stamp, I guess, really show my hard work I've done through the years.
Yeah, definitely. Your explosiveness factors into that, and another big aspect of that is your explosive offense. And as we know, brought back Coach Matthews this year after having Coach Mom the last few years. Can you just tell me how the scheme kind of changed in those few years?
I would really say it would change. Not really a ton, but it's more of like amount of trust that we've had with him, like having trust in me to run the offense, and then also like the players, just really the coaches having a ton of trust in them to go get it done on the field.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot of trust into you every single week to make those huge throws, 55 yards to Tyree King, making it look like a flick of the wrist. And last week, Lipscomb, one of the best teams in the nation, they came into the season as a top 25 team on Max Prep's rankings. And so they're a phenomenal team. Caleb Beasley locking down one side. And the offense kind of got off to do a slow game. Can you just tell me how you guys are going to fix that this week?
Yeah, definitely everyone on the team's been looking at it, thinking about it ever since that last game. Really has been motivation for us for this next game. We obviously know who McCallie is, what they've done through the years. So, we're just going in thinking about what we're going to do. We really just got to get back to ourselves, though. Really, when we play our best ability, no one can beat us.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you down on the field, absolutely tearing it up. But that's all we have for you here today. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be right back after this.
Made a plan, so when you can, he says you can. This was so messy, man. That's why it's best you ran. Just to the rock, so when that storm hit, it's best you stand. Hands up just like a sticker. Band up, that's like the system. Man up, it's time to listen. Stand up, don't play the victim. The devil wants to get him. Get on my knees and hit him. That's in that prayer position until I see him trampling. Jab, jab, hook, cross. Let me get this punch off. I ain't never come soft. These gloves just come on, come on. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your hands up. Let me see your. Let's go off.
Bloody flow in my dojo. Duck the fight, that's a no-go. Broke jaw, you hit flow. Watch it all back in slow-mo. Big hands on the Sandman. Knock your block in the grandstand. Face south like a handstand. Jimmy Rod like bandstand. Undefeated like a rain guard. Hands up when I rain guard. Championship rain guard. Till you don't hit rain guard. Through the pain, I thank God. No devil can spank God. So lit when I crank God. No lit the big tank God. To the front, back, stand up. On the left, right, stand up. Come on, everybody, band up. Let me see your hands 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 up.
I'm joined by Coach Bob Kronenberg, former scout for the NFL Atlanta Falcons. Coach, great to have you here.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. Pumped to be here.
Coach, like I mentioned, you had some scouting experience, so you've seen NFL ball up close. And how do you take these high-level offensive blocking schemes and break it down and bring it to this high school level?
Well, I think that a lot of people assume that it's very different, and it is to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, they're just smaller athletes that just aren't quite developed yet. And you took on the approach, said, hey, we're going to give them as much as they can, see if they can handle it. And when you start to see like, hey, you know what, this is kind of a good point to stop at and not add any more, then we kind of stopped. And we knew like, hey, that's kind of the line we drew. Now let's take it from here and develop these guys.
And Coach, you came into the offseason, brand new hire by Catholic, whole offensive, just whole coaching staff turnover. So you got to see some young guys, and how have you transitioned them from playing under Coach Mobbs to playing in this 2023 Catholic explosive, one of the best offenses in the nation?
Well, one of the reasons why I came on is in the first place was that, I had a relationship 30 years ago with Coach Matthews. We played against each other, had a lot of respect for what he accomplished here. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to this. It's a smaller staff than, the ones I've been on in the past, but this is as good a coaching staff as I've ever been around. It really is. And we're to the point right now where, early on we took these guys on and we coached them hard, and my hat's off to our guys. Like, we really got after them and coached them hard, and they responded. And it's a really good group right now with, these seniors coming down at the end. It's starting to hit me like, hey, those few seniors only got a few games left, and that tugs at your heart a little bit. So as much as I'm looking forward to Friday, it's almost like, hey, pump the brakes a little bit, man. I'll take as much time with these guys as I can get.
Coach, you're one of the biggest reasons why Catholic is so good this year, and this elite coaching staff that you talked about. And I have to ask, I know you did a few coaching stints here and there. You coached overseas, but what brings you here to Knoxville?
Well, like I said earlier, Steve and I go way back, about 30 years, as much as that doesn't sound great to say. Obviously, we got fired with the Falcons after the 2021 season, and I was kind of sitting in limbo, and he didn't press me on it. He just said, hey, man, come up to Knoxville and take a look at it. I think you'll love it. And just kind of stopped there and just said, all right, I'll come up and check it out. I spent 2 days here. He showed me around, introduced me to the people, kind of showed me the lay of the land. And I fell in love with it, man. It's a really, I was talking to one of the teachers this morning. I really believe this is a special place. And I'm not just saying that. I'm here. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be here. And, what are we here? A couple months of school now? It's lived up to that.
Coach, love having you here. I love watching Jaden succeed. I love watching the offensive line succeed. But that's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining me. And
appreciate you having me. You guys do a great job.
We'll be right back.
Helen back when the heat is on. I fire back in this cold world where your light is at. Let's burn it down. Fire back. You can tell them that I've been from Helen back when the heat is on. I fire back in this cold world where your light is at. Let's burn it down. Fire back. I hit 55, pull up to the city side, that's the tricky side where they let the blicky fly, I'm surround me tryna get me tied up, ain't no turning down, cause the boy fired up, hold up, wait.
And we are back with our last guest of the year, Teresa Grill. Teresa, great to have you on. CCC leader, and I have to ask, I've asked multiple other leaders this year, what brought you into leading the CCC?
I mean, really, ever since middle school, I've gone to these Catholic football games, and I've always looked up to the seniors, you know, watching them lead, and just I'm so grateful to like have the opportunity to be in those shoes, and it's been so much fun with having, you know, Austin, Bentley, and Kate by my side helping me out. Yeah, we've just had so much fun with it, and I'm excited for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, so it seems like you've really looked up to these guys, and you've been active in the CCC all 4 years. I've seen you everywhere, basketball, volleyball, football, obviously, and I have to say, we all know there's been a lot of great moments in the CCC, but which one has been your personal favorite?
I would have to say, just because it's my senior year, I would say the green and gold football game was my favorite memory because it was a football game during Spirit Week, so there was just so much build-up excitement, and everyone had so much spirit. You figured out what, like, you won during Spirit Week, and it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you've been active 4 years. You've been a leader all year this year, and football is really the biggest sport for the CCC. I have to say, this year's really just flown by. Can you just describe like what emotions you have going into this game, knowing this is probably going to be your last football home game?
Honestly, I just want to be as loud and spirited as possible. You know, we think since the very first game to the most recent, we've grown a lot. But this game, I really want to show, especially our seniors, it's my senior year, I want to show them how much we love them and how much support we're showing towards them tomorrow.
So all I'm hearing is this is going to be the loudest CCC we've heard this year, right?
Yes, it's going to be so much fun.
There we go, guys. That wraps up season 3 of the First Down. Just want to give a minute to shout out our sponsors, Smith Built Homes, especially the Irish Media Network for making this all